Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Oh my God. I don't know if you've seen this shadow. That's crazy. It's like, I don't know if it's trying to get in or not. I don't know if you can see the shadow. It's like a moth. And it's crazy because there was a moth in the kitchen a couple of days ago. And yeah, and now there's almost like a moth coming in. But good morning. Hope that you're doing amazing, well, feeling grounded, feeling rejuvenated, rested, sure of self, and loved and taken care of and all those good things. I don't know why it looks like I'm asleep and I don't. Um, but yeah, my name is Latice. I do readings on here, as well as you can book readings with me down below. I do dream decipherings as well as ancestral readings. You can also check out my podcast down below, as well as offer donations if you feel so called to. But I wanted to do a morning read, typically like a daily read. I haven't done a daily read in a while, but Spread wants me to call it a morning read, and so that's what we're going to call it right now. The sun is right there, if you can tell. And so, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get into this morning read and see what Spirit has. I'm going to use my tarot. This is Hilarious. I'm here in first deck of the day, but this is actually like my actual first deck, but I'm here in first deck of the day. And this isn't my first reading of the day, so yeah, I'm looking at this rainbow rate. I'm just taking it all in. It's a day of abundance, grandeur. I think, what is it? Venus is sextile in Jupiter or something like that. I don't know, but they're like exalting one another essentially and working with one another for love, abundance, fertility, creativity, and all these things. So it's going to be a lot of releasing today. People don't realize also with it being in the Cancer energy, it's going to be a lot of releasing today. Cancer energy is about releasing. That's why it's the cardinal sign. Because in order to start something new, you have to be okay with endings. And you have to be okay with starting over or letting go, releasing. So that can be a sign as well. But just feel like you're letting go and releasing. Let's see if I can raise this up just a little bit more. Okay, that's a little bit better. And just a lot to do with releasing and letting go and being really sure of self. I'm seeing this blue, almost like sky blue, this very bright, vibrant blue. Now let's see what Spirit has for you today. And it doesn't have to be when the day I actually recorded it. Whenever you find it, it's for you. Trust me. Trust me. I have things that I wrote down in books from years ago and I come back to. I'm just like, oh my God, that applies to me now. What the fuck? And so let's go ahead and get into this. Mirror, make a wish. And I immediately thought about how I have your candle lit right now. But I'm here to make a wish. Make a wish. And yesterday I wrote out my little business, like my little ritual type thing. And so maybe you made like a wish list yesterday, or you journaled yesterday and released all your worries or anxieties, or your it's like that's getting fulfilled today. But if you didn't do that yesterday, I'm here and just make a wish. Write down your wish list, your dream list, what you want to release, what you want to let go. It's almost like this energy, not just because of the planets and stuff, maybe it is because of the planets, but it's giving like a full moon with a new moon energy, like they're merging. And again, those ending and beginning. So it's gonna be a lot of things are closing out today. You're gonna be getting a lot of conclusions today, a lot of resolutions, answers. Yeah, I'm hearing like you have possibly a lot of questions that you are asking. Yeah, but I'm hearing put it on paper, write it out. Write out what you're wishing for, write out what you're wanting. And I'm hearing you don't need a why. I'm hearing you don't need to explain why you want something, why you desire something, why you feel like you need something, or any of that. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to explain it. I mean, knowing, thank you. I'm knowing that when you start writing out this list, whether it's like, I want to release my anxiety, I want to release, or I want to get the new car with the new, whatever it is, it's going to be like channel messaging because it's coming from inside of self. So you're going to be channeling your younger self, your higher self, your present self, your consciousness in all depths, old dreams, it's just all of it. You are going to be channeling. It's almost going to be like channel writing, and you're going to feel like almost like something's taking over, but it's going to be this solar plexus energy, this warmth energy, this vocal energy that you're going to have where you're just like, and I'm just like, I'm going to have this. It reminds me of the video that we're going to run on like 6 lucrative businesses, bringing in 100,000. Like, Spirit is saying, be as audacious as you have been with your worries, with your stress, with your doubts, or with the spirit, with the physical realm. Be as audacious. It's time to have that audacity and confidence. You know, for some of you, because there's always a million and one ways to do it. You know, that's what I like to provide is different ways. Some of you can just speak into your water, saying, I am blessed, I'm abundant, and I welcome in all the love, joy, peace, and prosperity that today has to offer, and I release what does not serve me or align with me or is going to keep me in this energy. Ashe. Done. Don't need to worry about it anymore. Don't need to think about it anymore. You're done. And now as you drink from the water, it's feeding you. It can be somebody sometimes when I'm just outside grounding, I just literally just talk to poetry in nature, just meaning words and spoken word in the morning. But I just speak it out word. So it doesn't have to be written down, but they're saying just get it out and start channeling from a sense of self. Start channeling from a sense of knowing. I was thinking today, like, a lot more people are doing affirmations every day than they know. Because affirmations are just affirming something. It's the affirmative action, essentially, but it's affirming something. I am this. This always happens to me. I look like this. I feel like that's affirming it. That's affirming, confirming, aligning. That's all those things. So it's almost like where you don't say certain lyrics in a certain song. It's like, baby, because I would not rather go blind, baby. I would rather not go blind. And nothing that blind people obviously, but it's like, I'm not gonna say that. And so, if that works for you, you're just speaking, writing. I'm hearing some of you like to just close your eyes and just kind of channel, and you almost like have this energy where you just put it out. You're able to have, you're more of a visionary. So you're more able to like see the orange light around you going out with the green beams, the blue beams, and it's almost like I'm seeing somebody almost like, I don't know if anybody watching Naruto, but when they were getting the tailed beast and Madara Uchiha would like grab them and pull them back. He didn't have to move, he just had the chain go outward and pull them back. Crazy dialogue, I know, but it's almost like you're a visual person. So I'm saying this because there's so many different ways the spirit wants you to realize that you can affirm self, speak life into self, allow those things in, and feel that presence and energy. The best thing about emotions, especially this being Cancer energy, the best thing about coming from a Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Mercury, okay, yeah, okay, all in the 8th house, coming from a Cancer, don't get stuck on the emotion, on the feeling, and kind of being in that. And that's why they say cancers are moody. They go from 1,000,001 emotions throughout the day. Yeah, because we're not sitting in one emotion consistently. You're not saying it's a bad thing because we can go from happy elated to you get what I'm saying? But don't recognize that emotions are fleeting. You know what I'm saying? Recognize that your emotions are fleeting, and so sometimes you think a situation is a certain way because of how it looks, and it's really just because of how it feels. And that can be with anything. You can be thinking somebody's the best person, and it's just because that's how you feel, and it's just like until you get out and you tell somebody a story, like that's not good, right? That's not normal, right? So it's almost like that. Don't get so involved in the emotions because cancers are about the depth of it. Right now, you're feeling the water on the waves. You should understand the current, the coral, everything is moving underneath it and has its own ecosystem, and that's why you're just seeing that. So go a lot deeper into your emotions and your desires. Today, I had to ask myself a few questions like, why do you want this? Why is that always your number one manifestation? Is this like, or desire is this no matter what? Like, no matter what happens, I just want to be stable. I want to be grounded. I want to be happy. I want to be safe. Like, no matter what. That's always what I'm always like. That's my number one anchor. And so I feel like you have to recognize, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like that is your anchor? Where is it coming from, leading to? And the cancer is about that home life, 1144, that home life, relationships, family, things of that sort. So taking that in, and then Jupiter is about expansion, lessons in a creative way, growth, abundance, experiencing things in the bigger picture. Venus is about love, protection. People forget that one for some reason. Love, protection, beauty, wealth as well. Balance in those relationships, and self-worth, and how you feel about your abundance in your life. So putting all of that in Cancer, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. And I'm saying that again, whenever you're watching this, but it's this energy of today that's going to carry on. Whenever it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm saying you're going to feel this energy. You're going to feel it. I love the thing out of my moon deck, and I haven't pulled any cards. I've just been channeling, baby, but here we are. I have this, the deck, the Moonly deck. Is it Moonly? No, the Moonology deck. And they say no matter when you pull this card, because it has like different phases of the moon, different placements of the moon, like full moon inside, da 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 da. And it's like no matter when you pull this card, you can take the energy of it. And so you are, don't be shocked when you're acting more boldly like the Chariots. Whenever you're seeing this in the weeks following, maybe even today, like I said, this is, I'm calling it a morning reading. So I'm also doing like daily reading as well. So it's like a mix of both. King of Pentacles energy, Taurus energy, wealth, abundance. Not only, I've been hearing recently, make the money, spend some money, get some more rich activities. I'm doing rich shit. Pretty big shit. And it's a song by Sweetie called Rich Activities. And I feel like that's what you're embodying is, you know how to make the money, spend the money, and get some more. Like, you have this know-how of abundance. You know how to gather resources. You know how to value self. You know how to be grateful for what you have and enhance on it. So, yeah, the King of Pentacles is coming out because that's just who you are. Why is this coming out? So then why did that come out? No. Thank you. No, thank you. asked because after we pulled that, we also got the Five of Swords, which is about stuck miles. It's about betrayal. It's about, I like to call it Scorpio energy, or I guess it would be Gemini energy, because it's exposing a truth. Actually, more Libra energy. I'm going to Libra, Gemini, and Scorpio energy from this, but it's like a betrayal. It's a braggart. It's somebody that thinks they got one up on you. It's somebody that's not real. It's somebody that's not truthful. It's an energy around you that's not truthful. But I'm hearing a condescending tone, a condescending attitude. Somebody that beats around the bush, but likes to eat from the bush. So they're like beating around the bush, the situation, conversation, but they're eating from the confusion. They're eating from the chaos. It's almost like feeding them. And so I asked for clarification because I'm like, why do we get that once we got this? And then they gave us the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about, hilariously, this is not only Gemini energy, but it's Virgo energy coming together, working, seeing different qualities and attributes in people. So I'm pulling from this, but a lot of Gemini energy coming in here, which is about community, growth, knowledge, communication. It's written language. No, sorry, it's spoken language. Libra, I believe, is written language. And with this Three of Pentacles coming in, I'm hearing it was, just say it, disgusting support is what I'm hearing, but it wasn't real. It wasn't real. It's almost like there's nobody at the door. Yeah, it's like they just wanted access. Like I said, they're beating around the bush what they're eating from. They just wanted access to your energy, what you're able to create, what you're able to do, how you're able to think, manifest, but they didn't really want to truly change themselves. And so they put themselves in rooms so they would have to, but they really truly didn't. And they thought they got away with it. And it didn't truly move. And it's almost like they thought your kindness, your generosity, your compassion, sometimes your indecisiveness, you're really sitting with emotions, um, or the way that you acted was in a way that they could get one over on. We got the Queen of Cups energy in here, Cancer energy going in here again, where you're loving, you're compassionate, you're considerate, you're caring, you're delicate with what you do and how you do it. And that causes you to also be very decisive with the decisions you make and not just making any decision. And this coming in with the Empress energy, which is fertility energy, Taurus energy. Taurus energy is also exalted in Cancer, a lot of exaltation coming in here. Fertility energy, knowing energy, this understanding. Is they thought that they'll be able to manipulate it. And the fact that like it's in this energy, the Cancer and the Empress, but it's not touching it, like these cards are touching each other, is that they did get away with it for some time in their eyes, but because again, like I said, with the Queen of Cups and Empress, you're compassionate, you're understanding, you thought that you were planting seeds of change or shifting, but you're realizing, no, I'm not blooming from this garden, I'm not blooming from this space. And so, like I said, with a lot of you releasing things and letting things go, because again, cardinal energy, starting something energy, beginning something, revving it up, you have to end something. And I feel like you are going to recognize a lot of things. Like I said, some of you could have done it yesterday. I'm feeling a lot of you possibly done it yesterday. I don't know why I'm feeling that so strongly. So if you resonate, where you just wrote down a lot of your grievances and disappointments and hurts and things that you want to release and that you didn't like in your life, and that allows you to truly see a lot of things. It's almost like, if you know from Why Did I Get Married, where that thing where it's like write a pros and cons list. It's almost like you did that, but with your life and your energy and your environment and your relationships. And that allows you to see what was truly being nurtured and fed in your life. And so you're releasing that and letting it go. You're allowing them to use the source that they thought that they gathered from you to cut off the cords of themselves. And I'm hearing, especially with the Three of Pentacles still being over here, they can keep the connections that they have, or the team that they chose, or the beliefs that they thought about you, whatever it is, they can keep all that. they can keep all that. They can keep all that. They can keep the little chump change. They can keep the little opportunity. They can keep the partner. They can keep the cup. They can keep whatever it is. Because with the Empress, like I said, Empress is fertility, it's growth, it's abundance, right? It's nurturing energy, caring energy, and that may match with the Queen of Cups. The Queen, which is regal in your feminine energy of receiving and knowing and still giving in some sort of way, baby, yeah. It's almost like that's in the middle. And so with the Taurus energy, with the King of Pentacles over here, with this, your business thriving, your energy thriving, you being abundant, you knowing that, hey, like, I'm not worried about too much. I'm not worried about how I'm going to get to a place. I'm not worried about where I'm going to live. I'm not worried about, it's like you're not worried about those things anymore. It's like, what is worrying? What is worrying and doing but giving me a tight booty hole feeling? And so I asked for a little bit more clarification with that, and they give me the Six of Cups, right? The Six of Cups is hilarious enough Cancer energy. Cancer and Taurus can be very significant because they're exalted in each other. Whether Taurus is exalted in the moon energy, which is read by Cancer energy. So depth of your emotions, your self-worth, which you are worthy of protecting that, your beauty, your wealth, and with Jupiter being exalted in Cancer, I feel like you're tapping into that energy. So Six of Cups is about nostalgia, looking back on the past, reflecting, seeing what didn't work out. Like I said, writing that list either today or tomorrow, what your true desires are, and channeling that energy. Channeling that energy. Like I said, I had to ask myself, like, why do I always go back to that? And I ask myself that every now and again, and I sometimes get a different answer. I come to the same answer, and I'm just like, okay. Like I said, affirming, reconfirming, assuring self. But with the Six of Cups, like I said, you've been reflecting, like, why do I want this? Why do I want this so bad? Why do I want this energy? Why do I want this mindset? Why do I want to be around this? You're looking back on it in a way of recognizing the emotion and knowing that you don't always have to experience it. Going back to the Cancer energy. And like I said, they can keep the little Three of Pentacles. Two, as I said, they can keep the little Three of Pentacles because, baby, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Virgo energy. What did I say? Eight of Pentacles energy is your reputation speaks for itself. You don't need no extra people. You don't need all that extra rah-rah. You don't need all the extra showboating. Your work speaks for itself. Your reputation speaks for itself. You hold yourself in a high regard and a high energy. And that's how you operate. Right? I recently had an interview with someone, and we were just talking about work ethics and mindsets and the differences and stuff between Minnesotans and Arizonians and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I realized, like, some people don't realize, like, your work is attached to your name, like your reputation. You are attached to that. Act like it. And I feel like you have been acting like it. It's like you can be known for being amazingly dressed. And so now somebody's calling you to do a costume set or something. I'm hearing costume design where you're creating the wardrobe, you're building the wardrobe because they know you can put pieces together. Or, like, again, it's just your work speak in Eight of Pentacles. Abundance, expansion, infinite possibilities, infinite opportunities, the sun energy, solar plexus energy, knowing yourself. Like I said, when you write out this thing, speak this thing, pray over this thing, just know that it's almost like a channeled sense of self leading back to you. And Knight of Pentacles is about being, Virgos are very ritualistic, but it's also that you have to trust their gut to know how to operate, how to move, what needs to be a part of their routine, what needs to be a part of their life. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is about. It's about taking action. It's about moving forward. Knights are taking action. It's movement. Your life is moving in a direction where you are knowing that you can rely on your sense of self, your gut, what you need, what you deserve. Because you also got the King of Cups, Scorpio energy. Like I said, something that you're revealing to yourself or that's being revealed is allowing you to move in this way. King of Cups energy, people sometimes miss it. Not all the time, but sometimes. The King of Cups knows what's going on in the kingdom. They know what's causing emotional instability. They know what's they know what's making it not feel like safe. Like again, it's water sign. What is not allowing you to feel safe, nurtured, and taken care of. They actually have me to put that over here with the Empress, the King and the Queen of Cups working together, a partnership, a combination of true wealth and abundance. And it's funny because now the cards are 2, 3, 4. You just keep growing. But excuse me, thank you. Going back, King of Cups energy, it's knowing the depth of things, why you do things, and knowing that not everybody needs to know everything. And where it reminds you of the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups remind me of Yomoja and Olokun, right? They're one and the same people, but they have separate energies. Yomoja is very giving, loving, nurturing, present there, but she's also ahead of tsunamis and all that stuff. And Olokun is somebody that's like, hey, we need boundaries. We have to make sure that we have that safety and that security. We have that stability. We make sure we know why we're doing things, and it leads to that. So it's more that authoritative sense. And that with that being on the Empress, you are nurturing both parts of yourself. And that started with your routines, with your daily life, with this understanding, with speaking. Like I said, you have been affirming yourself. Affirming is just saying, I am. And you've been moving in that way. I'm hearing that when I'm looking back on this Five of Swords, I'm hearing the only work that they've done is on each other. And not because of the actual, but I'm hearing like literally just, I'm hearing the only work that they've done is on each other. And it's like this, it's a very competition energy that you're leaving. Because this, like I said, you're not going to be alone, obviously, because you got the King and Queen of Cups, so you're not going to be alone with that energy. The King of Pentacles energy is also about having a community, a sense of establishment, right, as well. So Cancer energy is about home, family, so you're not going to be alone. It's just you're going to be around people that are not in competition. They want your work to shine just as much as theirs. So, yeah, you're moving in the sense. Whenever you see this, I'm just really pulling from today's energy. But like I said, this energy feels long lasting. That's why I'm calling it a morning daily reading. Because whenever you see it, it's going to be on the daily, hilariously. On the daily. On the daily. But I love you guys. I'm here to take the card from the top. Yeah. Seven of Wands. Wands is action, movement within the body. Aries energy, Sag energy, Leo energy, fire energy, movement. This is giving me a lot of Sag energy, traveling, getting out from up. Oh, that's right on top of the Five of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. You're getting out from that energy. In the Hierophant, they said, anytime a card gets out over here, add another card. And now we had 3, and now we have 4 for in the middle. The Hierophant. You have your own way of doing things and thinking, and then allows for wisdom, prosperity, and growth. Like I said, you know why you're doing things. You understand the depth of them. You understand the meaning behind them. And you're not going to change that up for anybody because it leads to your name being attached to Page of Cups in the bottom. Yeah. 5 of Cups. You're leaving that behind. That's right on top of the Knight of Pentacles. You're leaving that behind. Knight of Pentacles is also, people don't realize, if you went a Virgo, I always think it's sometimes the Knight of Pentacles card is like that moment where Beyonce's like, I'm not doing anything to my notes are applied, and nobody moves, and she just goes, and they go, yeah, let's move. It's like, once I've said it, it's done. Once I'm done and out of this situation, once I realize and weigh the pros and the cons, the loss, the disappointment, the grief, the betrayal, the hurt, once I realize that, I'm realizing I'm a lot more prosperous. This ledge extends a whole lot more than just what I'm seeing and experiencing. And you're realizing I'm getting up and I'm moving away from that. You can't respect it and honor it, I'm just going to have to leave. But, yeah, because I can keep going on forever and ever. I can just... when they said add one card, we add another card. And then Ace of Cups, abundant pleasure, abundant joy, feeling. I'm hearing you're feeling safe again. Safe really, Cancer energy is about being safe because that's why we're the fucking crap. But Cancer energy is coming up strong. Taurus energy, feeling safe, feeling grounded. They don't move too much. Virgo energy, feeling that comfort within your body. See, I'm feeling those signs very strong. Virgo, Cancer, and Taurus. For your energy, for your Uran, you can have those places. You can be around those places, or you can have those in your chart. But I'm feeling that very strong. Those energies that they provide, where it's like, as long as my environment allows me to be safe within my body and to express that, I can truly thrive. And I feel like you haven't possibly felt that in some time. And so that you're welcoming that in with the Ace of Cups. Following your intuition, following your gut. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ashe. Okay, 3111 is wrapping it up. That is not the end. I thank you all for joining me, for being here. I love you guys so much. Okay? Love yourselves more. Take care of yourselves. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time.